We're back to remote learning again, so let's do math lesson 3. Counting significant digits. It's basically which numbers are actually important and which ones are just placeholders. And there's quite a few rules. There's 5 different rules for this, and let's see if we can get through all of them, or 6. The first one is a very easy rule. All numbers that are not zeros are significant, are actually important. Significant means important. So any numbers that are not zeros are important. If we have a 54, then those are 2 numbers that are important. Just checking if there was if it was actually on the video. So anyway, now going on to the second rule, sometimes zeros are significant digits. We have no zeros there, therefore all of these numbers are significant. They're all important. Now, sometimes zeros are important. And when is that? Zeros coming before the first non-zero digit are placeholders, not significant numbers. So zeros coming before this number are not important. How many important numbers do we have? 3. Here we have 2. Next, zeros between non-zero numbers are important. All these ones are actually regular numbers. They're non-zero digits. And then here's zeros. But these zeros are in between significant digits. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers that are significant. Next, any zero to the right of a non-zero digit in the number, let me read that again. Any number to the right of a non-zero digit in a number that contains a decimal point is a significant number. To the right. So let me give you an example. This is the right side. In a number that has a decimal, hopefully you can see it, yeah. Any zeros that are to the right of the last significant number are important. So this one's not. Besides that, this one is. So we have 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 significant digits. Now, the next one. Sometimes a number will end with 1 or more zeros followed by a decimal point. In this case, the zeros before the decimal point are significant numbers. This one is not important. These are. Because they are before the decimal place. So here we have 4. Next, and the last rule, and then we're going to go over to number 2. In a number without a decimal point, zeros to the right of the non-zero digits are not significant. So in this case, we would have there's no decimals in here. To the zeros to the right of the last non-zero digit are not necessary. Right there. This 0 is because it's between, like we had on a different one wherever I left that one. They're in between like this. So here we have how many? 3 significant digits. Let's go over to number 2. Number 1 is done for you. Number 1, A, B, C, and D are done. Number 2, A. This is according to the last rule. 7,200. $7,200 has how many significant digits? If there is, this is our last non-zero digit, and there's no decimal behind here, so these two are irrelevant. So how many do we have? 2. Next, same thing. Just explain this one to you. How many are significant? Since there's a decimal, all of them that way are significant. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do letters C and D together yet, and then we'll do the rest on our own. How many significant digits here? I made a mistake in the explanation before. I said this one is not significant. It is, according to the second rule on page 11, which says any zeros to the right of a non-zero digit in a number that contains a decimal point are significant. So this one is significant. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our last one. How many are important here? Check which rule. It's the second rule, which says on the bottom of page 10, sometimes zeros are significant digits, other times not. Zeros preceding the first non-zero digit are placeholders. Zeros that come before this one are just placeholders, are unimportant. So we have 1, 2, 3. There you go. Do the rest on your own, and hopefully we can be back on Friday. If you have any questions, let me know.